What is your career dilemma? That's the question we answer and talk about each week right here on That Career Dilemma Show. And I'm excited because this is episode number 39 of the program. And I'd rather be nowhere than right here and spending it with these guests and right here with you as well as viewers. 39, episode 39, not bad, huh, Julie?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, we're doing great. What do you think about that?
That's pretty awesome. We're honored to be here.
Yeah, well, happy to have you. With me today is Julie and Richie Pohlad, and Julie does real estate, Richie does home building. We'll talk a lot more about that. First, I want to let you know who the show is for. The show is for people who are self-employed, wannabe entrepreneurs, people who are job hunting, people who are changing their careers. It's for people who want to help sell themselves better. And I think nobody knows that more than people who are small business people like you two. So I'm so honored to have you. Richie, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Julie, thanks for having me here at your lovely model home today. I love it. And I'm going to just jump right in with the background. Now I have two people to interview. It's a little more difficult. Julie, I know you first. Tell us about, are you from around these parts?
I'm actually from Fort Calhoun.
Fort Calhoun, okay.
Just a little ways north of Omaha.
Yeah,
Not too
right,
far
sure.
from here.
Yeah.
And Richie is from?
Fremont.
Fremont, oh, so you're all kind of local then, and you guys met where?
In Fremont, actually.
In Fremont, Nebraska. Well, there is a story, and been married since, or not since, but after that, and you have a family?
We do. We have two children. We have a daughter, Peyton, and our son, Jake.
No, daughter might have a son, Jake, as well. How about that? So, daughter Peyton and son, Jake. Well, great, and I guess now you went to college after graduating from Fort Calhoun.
I did. I attended Midland in Fremont, and I went for my commercial art degree as a graphic artist for about 14 years.
Well, and you're a graphic artist for 14 years, right? And Richie, what was some of your early jobs?
Oh, I graduated from high school, and I went to a trade school. I went to Milford.
Milford, that's a good school. That's a good trade school.
Yeah, it was a good trade school. For about 18 months, I think we were there. Graduated from there with a degree in construction, and went from there. And I went into to work for a fella that actually went to Milford as well. And
okay.
So it was kind of a cool deal.
Yeah, connections.
Yeah, connections and networking, and I ended up being a framing carpenter for many years, and yeah.
And okay, well, and then you got married, and you were doing the graphic artwork, a graphic artist, and you were doing the framing work, and I understand something happened in the framing business that made you have an aha moment, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean, we had a lot of people that we got to know over the years that asked us to build their own houses. So we were doing a lot of onesie twosies, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
People just knew how we operated and worked. So they had asked us if we'd be interested in building houses, and we said yeah. So it kind of.
Yeah, and you were framing and working, and the opportunity came up that they said, let's do this. What did you think about that when this all happened?
Well, he was very successful as a framer and never had a problem finding work, and he was very busy, so I knew he knew all the ins and outs of the whole home building business. So.
And you were a graphic artist at the time.
I was a graphic artist at the
time. And tell us about your trajectory of that and how that bumped into him starting on his own.
When I was home on maternity leave, my job as a graphic artist ended, so I wasn't quite sure what direction I was going to take.
It ended abruptly. Like I say, I was a graphic artist, and then I wasn't. Or not, I wasn't. I say I was an executive recruiter, and then I wasn't. You know, and there's always a backstory there. But yeah, and so you were suddenly available.
Right, and my husband said, "Well, why don't you try real estate?" And him being in that field, the construction field, with all of his knowledge, so.
Well, that seems like a hand-in-glove arrangement, doesn't it? Yeah, you need people to help you with that front-end part of the business, and you needed the back-end part of it too. So, what year did you actually start the Pohlad Homes construction business then?
Probably the late 90s.
Late 90s, okay.
97, 98.
Yeah.
And tell us about, very few businesses start at the top. I mean, were there some tough times along the way, or what were some of your interesting early challenges? both of you, I guess.
Probably, I mean, we had, just by word of mouth is kind of what we were starting with, you know.
Yeah. No billboards or major trade
billboards,
magazine
right,
ads.
right.
It costs a lot of money, right?
We built for, I know some former classmates, college classmates and family members, which got us going and on our feet. And then,
Yeah.
like I said, word of mouth. Eventually, the websites evolved. And
Okay, yeah, that's about the time the web's getting
Yeah.
more involved, right?
So
And
definitely helped.
you were the marketing arm and you were the builder arm, and what kind of crew did you have in the early days?
Actually, we still have a lot of the same guys.
Oh, yeah,
That on the framing crew that were with us, that have been with us 18 years.
wow,
And some of those guys are past Milford graduates as well.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
pretty cool.
Well, that's you know, I know a little bit about work and jobs from my background, and to have anybody with you for 18 years, especially sometimes in the trades when they've got a lot of opportunities, that says a lot about you two, I think, as employers, no doubt. Well, that's a great story. You know, you had always kind of had a hand in. I mean, there's always a customer, it seems like, and you're doing the onesie, twosie, referral based, and how did you scale it? I mean, what point did you say, we can add more people, or I can start building more houses than we have going right now? How do you balance all that? I don't know how that works.
I say we kind of really moved forward, I would say, when the economy got worse. When the economy got worse and where I was a framing carpenter, and I'm working for other builders and trying to get paid and things like that became problems.
Minor problem. Yeah.
Minor problems, yeah. Minor
It's
problems.
good to get paid, especially what are you talking about, the 08, 09, something
Yeah,
like that?
right around there, right around
And
there.
you'd only been in business for about 10 years or so.
Yeah, but we were always so busy doing a lot of framing and trim carpentry for other builders in the Omaha area.
Right.
That we did the onesie. That's how we did the onesie twosies mainly.
Right.
Well, when the economy started to go into getting rough in 08, 09, around that area, we figured we either need to go find our own work or we're not gonna make it.
Right.
So
right.
we ended up going out and getting more work and doing more things, not just the framing. We were doing, if we had to put a retaining wall on, we would do that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and we got the skill and the labor of the guys to be able to do that,
Well,
which
that
is
helps.
awesome.
Yeah.
So that's really
One-stop shop, so to speak.
one-stop shop, but we're specialized in the framing, we're specialized in the trim carpentry, but we can do what we need to do.
Right.
And that's,
Well, yeah.
so we only need
So
to do
you-
3 houses a year rather than 12.
Okay, and because you could do most of the house.
Correct.
Or most all of it.
Parts.
What was your role in the marketing during those tough times in the
Like I said,
economy?
getting the website
Okay.
rolling and taking a lot of the photos.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
different products we have in our homes, like a lot of the handmade elements,
Yeah.
the beams and the staircase, and you
Yeah.
know, we'd like to feature that. And in our open houses, in our spec homes, we would have, you know, a lot of the printed materials on display, flyers.
You're doing all that,
photos,
sure.
so
Well,
all that.
that kind of goes right up with your background then, doesn't it? All that fits together. You guys are a match made in heaven here. Well, I'm going to take a quick break here right now and just thank one of our sponsors, and that is On Cue Marketing. If you need to be found, want to be found in a Google web search, and who doesn't, then check out On Cue Marketing. Jeff will help you out over there, and maybe with some marketing videos, especially with the search engine optimization. Do you do that too? Help you get ranked up there in the
Yes,
Google ranks and all
yes,
that kind of thing. I know we were talking beforehand about how the more stuff you put out there on the internet, and this is not a class in search engine optimization, but that all plays into your marketing role, doesn't it?
It sure does,
Yeah,
yes.
there's a lot to do, and so, you know, your background is great, the two of you, and now how many homes are you building a year now as you've got over that hump there? I have one other question, sorry. You were framing and trimming and doing retaining walls and whatever you need to do to get by. At what point did you consider yourself the whole home builder? I mean, now you're building these beautiful homes. A gorgeous home we're in right now. I wish I could show you around with the camera, but it's a beautiful model home out here near Skyline Road, right, in Elkhorn. I'll let you answer the question now.
I would say right around like 2010 is when we really kind of started ramping up. Economy started to get a little bit better, and things were getting better, and you know we were able to do more projects. And you know,
Well, how did you decide to go from the trim and the framing to actual being home builder, the whole home
The
itself.
whole deal.
Yeah. How and when?
How and when? I would say when we had multiple projects going on, that's when we, hired office staff help.
Okay.
We couldn't handle just the two.
No, too much going on.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the millions of details you're handling every day. So, well, that's neat. And I mean, is that all you do now? Is just build the whole total home, custom home?
Total.
Yeah, the top to bottom. I mean, we've seen this beautiful home and so on. Well, that's a great story. And how many roughly are you putting together here?
8 to 12.
Wow.
And we do homes and we do some remodeling.
Okay.
Usually it's
that, so,
upper end,
okay.
I should say, bigger remodel projects. We don't do a lot of additions and
Right.
things, but we do basement finishes. There's multiple
Really?
clients that we
Oh,
built
fun.
houses for 10 years ago, and we're going back into
Oh, sure.
their basements.
Yeah, makes sense.
So,
yeah. And that's great because you don't have to find a new customer and
Yeah.
you know how to work with them already. That's wonderful. Well, let's move on to I don't think too many of our viewers are going to say I want to launch a home building business today. Let's hope not. You don't need any competition. No, you don't have any competition from what I see. It's beautiful. You know about small business. You know about payroll. You have a staff of almost 20 people, and you know about advertising and literature and real estate. I mean, how you guys decided about your business? It was kind of natural. You're going to help him, and he's already been a framer for many years. What advice might you have for someone saying, I want to start a business, I don't know what business to start. How do I start a business myself? Any ideas for that? I mean, for you, it was kind of no-brainers for both of you, but any ideas? You've worked with hundreds of businesses over the years.
I always love the quote, when you're not at work or whatever, where does your mind take you?
I like that. I like that,
Where your
yeah.
thoughts lead you? What's your passion? And that
Yeah.
usually is your calling.
Well, that's good advice.
What do
Yeah.
you do in your free time, if you have it?
Yeah. Well, any ideas for you, Richie? I don't know if you're going to top that one or not.
I don't think I can top that one.
There's no top of that one. I heard one along that line, Julie. That was, what made the time pass really fast for you when you're younger, or when you're a kid, maybe. Where did the hours just zip away? What are you doing that man? Where'd the time go? All of a sudden, you're just so into it that you don't know what else. So, okay, follow your passion, follow your time budgeting, and what was it? You say it again.
Where your mind takes you.
Where your
when-
mind takes you, that's it, okay, yeah. Mine takes me too many places. I need some roadblocks. But yeah, so viewers, where does your mind take you? I often in my workshops talk about people and following their strengths. I mean, your skills, your experience, and your passions, combining all those things together. Richie had a skill and a passion for framing. He built a reputation with that. Julie had a passion on the marketing side with the graphics. They rolled all that together into a successful business for how many years now? 20 or 21? Yeah, awesome type of thing. So that's what we're trying to encourage you to think of today, viewers, as well. What are the biggest roadblocks to being an entrepreneur? I mean, to being a small business person, and you're more than small if you have 20 employees, but what are the biggest challenges you'd advise people to be aware of?
That's it.
Go ahead.
There's no set hours. You got to keep that in mind. Your day doesn't start at 9 to 5. It's 24/7. You're building relationships with your customers and even your employees. I mean, it's a lot of work, but there's a lot of reward too.
Yeah, there's upside downside. Julie, what do you see as far as?
The hardest thing is, we don't see a lot of each other.
Yeah, I know, that's gotta be tough. I was
It is
thrilled to
tough.
have you both here. I
Yes.
go to the model home, I can find them both, maybe.
It's
Yeah.
hard for him to call it a day. He's got to prepare for the following day.
Yeah, there's just one more thing. Let's do this. Oh no, I gotta get ready for this meeting tomorrow. Or home buyers come in, or the vendors, whatever. But with your business, there's just so many vendors and so many details, and I just can't imagine that there ever is any time off. So, well, so consider that. Are you set? Are you ready for entrepreneurship? Are you someone who can do just 9 to 5, and that's what you're looking for, and someone to pay you? Or are you ready to jump in all together and see where your mind takes you, and see how
Yes.
Well, that's right. Well, any last parting thoughts for people who are thinking about maybe a career pivot or launching something?
I would say listen to your heart, you know, where it's, if you're not happy, definitely, life's so short.
Absolutely, yeah, it really is, and so I agree with Julie. Do that. How do we reach out to you folks and learn more about building a fine, beautiful home like this? Where do we go?
Our website is pohladcustomhomes.com,
Pohlad Custom Homes. We'll have the graphic on the screen so you can get the spelling and all that.
and my real estate website is juliepohlad.com.
Oh, tell us a little bit more about that. I forgot to ask you about that. The real estate as a career. You know, the barrier to entry is not as hard as jumping in and building homes, I don't think. Pass the test pretty much, right?
I would recommend, you know, interviewing the different companies once you pass that.
Yeah, pass the test, yeah.
Yes, then go around and visit the different companies. You know, I opted for a smaller team. I'm used to I went to a small school, small college, so
Yeah.
I prefer the smaller team.
Sure.
I get more one-on-one help when I need it. And
Right,
It's
right.
been fabulous, so.
So and what is the best part of working in real estate other than selling your
Well,
husband's homes?
I personally love seeing all the homes, the different types of homes I get to see with my clients.
Yeah,
So
oh, yeah.
it's fun for me too.
Yeah,
And
well,
I
that-
love helping people, you know, that's one of the biggest financial commitments someone's going to make in their life, and so I'm honored to be there and to help them.
Well, that's neat. Yeah, you're right. That is buying a home is the biggest thing that most people do, and so it's neat that you take that kind of joy. I hear a service mentality coming out of Julie and Richie as far as, you know, always be serving. If you're going to jump into a business, if you have that serving mentality, that service oriented to the customer, the money will follow you afterwards because they know you're not in it for just the money, you're in it for helping them out, and I get that in spades from both of you, so that's great. Richie, thanks for
Thank you
having
so
me
much,
at your
Paul.
beautiful
Thank
model
you.
home. Julie,
Thank you.
thanks for
Thank
having me
you.
here.
Thank you, Paul.
And viewers, we will see you next week on That Career Dilemma show, and thanks for joining us. Take care.